stamped one of these stamper doily cards, but using the Christmas wreath, because I'm going to make a Christmas wreath. So we've got our stamps here that are for the wreath, which are really, really nice design. Oh, upside down. There we go. Okay, so I've got my piece of paper, which I've got this lovely sort of buttermilk kind of colour paper, or cardstock really. We've got our template, and we've got our pin, which is for the centre here, and I've got my stamping sort of sponge thing, that mat that you can use. There's all sorts, but I use this nice one. And the advantage as well is that when you pop your pin in, because you find the centre here of your little, where it marks it, and you pop your pin through. And by having the sponge there, it's going to hold it nicely, and it means that you can twizzle that around with no problems at all. Okay, so the green is the inner ring, and that's the outer ring. So we're going to start with the inner ring. So let's have a little look at the stamps for the inner ring. So that is this sheet here. So let's just have a quick look. Okay, so I've chosen my inner ring stamp, and I've decided to go for this one here, which says, it's like holly, and then it says joy, joy. So we're going to go for that. It also occurred to me, of course, that I'm probably not going to need the second colour for what I'm doing today. So because I want to do it with just the green to make it look more realistic, and then I'll add some red colour using beads or something. So anyway, the first thing that we need to do is put our ink in the stamper. So you want to make sure that your stamper is open, and then just pop the ink in following the directions. So it's ink side down, pop it in, making sure it's nice and secure. Then push that back, use the little buttons to hold it in place, and then lock it down. Now what we need to do is we're going to stamp, if you remember from my previous video, we're going to have the Anna Griffin facing us, or facing the centre. And in order to make sure that our stamp is the correct way around, we need to have the inner curve facing the Anna Griffin, so like so, because then it will go round with the inner curve on the right side. So I would recommend also that you don't cut away that excess acrylic, because it's going to help you position your stamp in the correct place. Now I know that we always want to take that away, but if you take that away, then you're not going to know where to get that stamp in the centre and correctly lined up. So I would definitely not do that. Now I'm just going to test the stamp to one side just to make sure it's inking okay, which it is, and then we're going to get on with our stamping here. So we're going to have our Anna Griffin facing us. We're going on, making sure we're on the inner ring section, and then we're going to stamp down and up again. There we go. So then lining it up again, so that's going to be now just between the two, and lining our stamp, making sure the Anna Griffin is facing the centre, and then lining that up and stamping down, and then move around again, making sure that that template lines up correctly there. Put our stamper down, and try to make sure you don't slide about too much. Now just take our stamp, lock it, stamper, lock it, and remove our stamp off that. I'm just going to pop that to one side for now, and then I'm going to get my outer ring stamp, a quick test stamp just to make sure it inks up okay, which it does, and then we're going to line that up here and stamp down. Beautiful. And then we're going to move that around, so we're going to wait for that line, and we're going to move that line to the edge of our previous stamp, and then we're going to, making sure our Anna Griffin is still central, facing the centre, we're going to stamp again. There we go. So then just take the pin out, and there is our wreath. I think that looks so pretty. It's not perfect, but you know, that doesn't matter. I think once we've finished and decorated it up, it's fine. It's going to get better each time we do it. Now, I think the problem with that was I was slightly moving in position because I was sliding on the stamper, but that's no big deal. As I said, we're going to disguise that, so I'm not too worried. And I think generally that's looking really pretty, and I'm going to cut that out as well. So we're going to make the edges look nice. So let's, and you can see actually where I've been moving around because look, the ink's all over the actual template there. So next we're just going to clean up my stamps and put them all away, and then we're going to cut that out. So that's all cut out now, ready to go on our card, and just add the decoration I think once that's done, because I think it'll be simpler. I have then taken 2 pieces of the same cream cardstock, well it's sort of buttermilk really I guess, and I've created a 6x6 card. Well actually it's about 5 7/8 square, just under the 6. So we've got this card which I'm going to have as a top folding card. I've then taken a piece of cardstock from this gorgeous Yuletide Greetings Anna Griffin set. There's some really, really nice patterns in here. Oops. I know, I love that, that's the one I've used. So you get a few of each sheet as well, so there's no excuses not to use it. Because I know what it's like, you think, oh I don't want to use it because it's so nice. So I've cut that down to fit on there and to give us a slight border of cream. So I'm just going to stick that down now using my Cosmic Shimmer, glue. No. There we go. And then making sure it's the right way up because you've got bows on those holly leaves. Hop that down so it's centralised. There we go, and then make sure it's nice and firmly down. I think that's a really gorgeous pattern as well. You can't get anything more Christmassy than that, I don't think. Make sure there's none in the back. And you can see that I just made that, and I'm going to do a video, if it isn't already up, showing you how to make these easy peasy cards. And they really are very easy to do. And then we've got our wreath, so we're going to pop that up on to glue gel to give us some height. And actually I said to you all I'll do the decoration after, but I think in hindsight with the glue gel it might be easier to add that on. So I'm going to put this bit at the top where the words joy are nice and nicely showing, and so I've got a little red bow to go at the bottom. So we're going to stick that down, and I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer just to pop that in place. Like so. And then I've got some little red pearls here, which I'm just going to pop on in various places. Now I'm going to have to put some glue on for that because it hasn't quite got the sticky on. Hopefully that's not too many. And don't forget this dries clear, so it's not, you know, life and death if it's not quite perfect. You know, you can see the glue is what I'm trying to say, because it'll dry completely clear. So I'm just trying to move it about, make it look a bit more random than it was. That's those done around the edge, and I think that looks really nice, and I think that's really all I want to do. I want to keep it quite simple, so no more pearls on there. And then, just giving that a second, we're going to then pop, I think, a little bit of glue gel on for this bow, because as you just saw, it came off a little bit too easy for my taste. So just a tiny bit of the glue gel there. Don't do that. I'm covered in the Cosmic Shimmer glue. When it starts to dry, it kind of goes all kind of bitty on your hands. There we go. And then I'm just going to very carefully turn that over and put glue gel on the back. And then we're going to get our card and pop this down in position. About there, I think, because I do have a sentiment that I'm hoping to put on the top. Now what I want to do is let it just come off the edges, which is why I did it slightly less than 6 by 6. So I'm just trying to make sure that sort of goes in roughly the right place. And again, I don't want it so high that it's ridiculous. Anyway, and then this does have a sticky back, but because I want a bit of height, I'm going to take the sticky back off it. This is from the Griffin Christmas garland embellishment set, which is a really, really nice set of embellishments. And as I say, they're self-adhesive, so you can peel the back off, but I want some of that to be not on the actual card, so we're just popping a bit of extra glue on there. Okay, and then we're gonna pop that just kind of like so, sticking it down. There we go, much better. Okay, so there is our Christmas garland card. And I think that looks so pretty, and I really like the way that that's turned out. And it's surprising, you know, how effective having all her elements, how they come together and how nice they look together. And I think what I will do actually just before we finish is I will take another piece of her lovely paper from this paper pack and put some on the inside just to give it a nice finish on the inside as well. So we're just going to glue that on all of it. Like so. And then we take this is the paper I chose, and I'm going to pop that in right up to the edge. Like so. And then we'll just take our scissors and just cut the excess off those two sides. So just very gently turning it over and grabbing that. Lastly, I'm just going to add a little bit of cream in the middle there, just to give the person somewhere to write, which obviously is important. Like so. And there we have. And that looks actually, just coincidentally, it's worked out perfectly on there as well, which is going to make me very happy. Okay, so there. Is our finished card. So there's the front and there's the inside. And I think it does make a difference just putting that little bit of something on the inside. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed making this with me, and I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.